Hello. In this video we're going to walk through how to solve a structure using protease digestion. And I have here 3 different proteases that have cut the peptide. And what I want to point out is that in this problem, one of the short sequences is missing from the middle. Okay, so this is chymotrypsin. It will cut at tyrosine tryptophan on the C terminus and phenylalanine. And this one over here is trypsin. It will cut at lysine and arginine on the C side. And then this one over here is elastase. It will cut at serine, alanine, glycine, and valine. So there's 25 amino acids in this row, 25 in this one, 18. So there's 7 missing from this middle row. We got to figure out what is the sequence, knowing that we have 3 sets of short peptide sequences and we need to put them together like a puzzle. And we have one of the sequences missing from the chymotrypsin. So how I like to start all these problems is to start at the end. And I know that this cuts at serine, valine, alanine, glycine. This is not any of those. And I go over here and I see that this also is not arginine or lysine. So F and Y must be the ending. So I'll start there. R, F, and Y. So I'm going to go ahead and eliminate this one, put a little X next to it, because I may have to do some trial and error here. Okay. If I go over to this one here, I see that there's a phenylalanine here, and there's no phenylalanine anywhere. So this must be part of my missing sequence for the middle, is that RF. So that must be missing from the middle, because I don't see an RF anywhere in this list. I do see the NY, but I know that chymotrypsin would cut right there and leave that NY ending, and then and there would be an RF. As part of another fragment, but I don't see that anywhere, so that must be part of the missing fragment. And I did tell you that only one fragment is missing. Okay, so it must be one fragment that's 7 amino acids in length. Okay, so let's move to the next one. So we get R, and we go over here to what has R as an ending, and we see there are lots of options. So we can't really continue at this point because there's 4 different possibilities of what could go here, and I don't really want to walk down each one of those 4, so I'm going to leave this as the ending for now, and I'm going to go find another possibility to see some overlap. So I just see an obvious word here, Lewis, and I'm going to go over here and I see Lewis. Okay, so, and I see KGL Lou. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just start somewhere new over here, knowing this is my ending, but just kind of leaving that there for now. So I'll write out Lewis and put an X next to that up here, and then go over here and fill in some others. So YR and GL. Okay, and put an X over here. Okay, so if I go back over to this, I see that there is a Kg here. Okay, and there's no other glycine anywhere else that I can find, so there must be a K in front of this. So I've added a K here, Kg, L, KGL, whoops, I think I added one too many L's there. KG, yes, there should just be one L. KG Lewis. So I'm going to erase that other L. Okay. So at this point I've used this one, and I've used this one here. So where do I find a K? Oh, there's a K right there. So that's interesting. That must be the first amino acid. Okay, unless it is flanked by 2 arginines, but most of the time when you see just a single amino acid here as a cut point for that protease. That's probably the first amino acid. So this is probably the start of the peptide. Okay, so I've got the beginning, I think, and I've got the ending here. So here's the beginning and here's the ending. So if I go Kg Lewis YR, okay, Lewis, I don't have a whole lot to help me with the middle at this point. Use this one. Okay, so I'm going to need to find an overlap somewhere else. I see a nice long sequence here. That's a good place to start. So I'm going to go down here, knowing just leave these two behind for now, and go down here and write this one out. TRWCTRES, and see if I can find some overlap there. So I'll use that one. I see here I have WCTR. Okay, that is right here. Let me raise this camera, make it a little easier. There we go. Okay, so that is right here. So I've used that one. Put an X next to it. STR. Okay. Well, there's TR here. I have a TR. There's nowhere else that has an STR sequence anywhere else that I can see. There's STRW. Okay. All right. So I confirmed that is. There must be an S in front of this. And if there's an S in front of that, then I go back up here and fill in the ATY in front. Cross that one out. Oh, I already used the K, I forgot. Alright, so that only leaves one little short sequence, ESR. Have I used the YRA? Oh, wait. Maybe. I've got this sequence here, YRA. I've got a YR down here. Remember, I think this is the beginning, and I think this is the end, so this must be the middle. YRA. Okay, so maybe that's where the two connect. But where's this TYS coming in? TYS. Let's go ahead and fill in that YRA. Come back to that TYS, see if we can find where that one's at. And this ESR. Well, here's an ES. So maybe there's an R right after that. So I don't see anywhere else that has an ES. That could possibly be have an R after it. So maybe there's an R after this. So let's just see if this works out. So KG, let's put it together now, what we have so far. KGL, EWIS, YR, ATY, ATYS. Yeah, there's my TYS. Okay. So now I've crossed that one out. Just wasn't seeing the connection there. But it's right here, TYS. YRA, TYS, TRWCTR, ESR, and then this R is probably this R, which is here, and then F and Y. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So there's our 25 sequence. And you would probably want to go back and just make sure, maybe for this, for one or two of these rows or columns, just make sure that the cutting makes sense. So if I cut after serine, I would expect R, F, and Y. Okay, great. If I cut after, here's another serine, and then I would expect the TRWC, that one here. Okay. And then also cuts after alanine, and cuts after serine, and cuts after glycine. Okay, so I would expect to see these fragments, and if I compare these, I do see those fragments. So I think I've got the right sequence here. So it's kind of a back and forth trial and error kind of thing, but even if you have a missing fragment, which, by the way, the missing fragment here is going to be, see, KGLU, and then ISY, RATY, and then STRW. So the missing fragment must be right here. The CTRES RF. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a 7 peptide, or 7, yeah, heptapeptide. So that's what's missing from this middle column up here. All right. So that's how you go about solving these. Each one's going to be a little bit different, but the process is similar, starting at the end, and then if you can't keep going from the end all the way to the beginning, then you just kind of find where the overlap is and sort of piece the pieces together as best you can from there. But all the information will be there for you to solve the problem. You just kind of have to use some trial and error and keep track of what you've used. That's why I just put an X and not a cross through, because maybe I wanted to start over, and so I'd want to put another X next to my second attempt if my first attempt didn't work out, for example. So I didn't want to cross through it. And that's another strategy you can use as well. All right, hope that was helpful. See you next time.